Previously on Semele. Guess who's jealous of Semele? Her sister!
Is anybody else's alarm bells going off? What is Jupiter hiding from Semele?
She's like, hey, getting left at the altar sucks, but I have some really good news. And they all go and live happily ever after. Of course not! Hey, Adagers, let's get back into this plot. Now, when we left off, Jupiter saved Semele from her unwanted wedding day, Ino became the rebound for Semele's scorned ex-fiancé, and Juno enlisted her assistant to help her break into the secret hiding place that her husband kept his mistress in. The plot is hot.
Drama, my favorite.
So now, Juno and her assistant have made it to the top secret hiding place.
Wait a minute, isn't there something wrong with this hiding place?
Ah! Right, I forgot. It's surrounded by dragons.
What?
In order to get inside, they need to get past the dragons. And guess who can help them? Somnus! He has the power to sneak Juno and her assistant in without the dragons getting to them.
Okay, great. Let's get Somnus to help us, right?
There's only one problem. Somnus is a heavy sleeper. You know the roommate that you had in college that would set 10 alarms and sleep right through them? Yeah, that's Somnus. He's so deep in sleep that Juno has to sing him back to wakefulness.
Somnus away! Raise the reclining head! Thyself ascend! Lift up thy heavy lids of lead! Somnus awake! Somnus awake! Raise thy reclining head!
They finally get him to wake up and tell him what they want. And guess what Somnus says? No!
Nah, dog. I don't know what game y'all trying to run. I don't know what this is. But it ain't going down like this.
Yeah.
Juno's like, please. Somnus says no. And she's like, please. And Somnus is like, no. And she's like, please. And Somnus is like, no.
Let me in. I be the I-G-G-Y. Oh my God, no. Do not let her in.
Finally, Juno comes up with a solution. She says to Somnus, you know that one girl you've been crushing on? You know, the one that's way out of your league? What's her name again? Pasithea. How lovely. Well, she and I are besties, and I can make her appear right here if I just snap my fingers. Would you like me to do that? And Somnus says, heck yeah, I'd like you to do that. But Juno says, not so fast. Let me into this hiding place first. Would you believe Somnus still said no? So Juno was like, you're really gonna give up your chance to be with Pasithea? Pasithea? At this point, Juno has had enough. She's like, plain English is not getting to you. Let me sing it to you.
You will do what I tell you to do.
And with that, Juno is inside the hiding place. Yay! Wait, that's Ino. I said Juno is inside the hiding place. Wait, that is Juno! I totally forgot. Juno asked Somnus to disguise her as Ino, Semele's sister. Wow, the resemblance is uncanny. Okay, so now Ino, Juno, is now in the hiding place. She's found Semele, and Semele just thinks her sister is here to visit her again. Little does she know. Whoa! Look at Semele, though. A lot has happened since Act 2, clearly. Can we take a moment to sympathize with Juno here? She has suspected her husband of cheating for years, and now not only is she face to face with his mistress, but she's face to belly with proof of their entanglements.
It's too much, really. Like, how can one person take this?
But don't worry, Juno has a plan for Semele. She goes in and compliments Semele to the max. Let me take your picture. You look stunning. Let's have a photo shoot. And Semele is like, yeah, I do look good. Thank you. Now that Semele is all buttered up, Juno can go in for the kill. She says, You know, it's not fair that you, a mere mortal, can never be with your true love, Jupiter, a god. You deserve so much better than that. You should demand that he show himself to you in his god form in order to prove he really loves you. And Semele's like,
Yeah, it's not fair, and you're totally right.
and with that seed planted, Juno leaves the villa. Now Jupiter arrives and he's ready to But Semele is ready to fight. She's really upset that Jupiter's always leaving her alone, and she's really starting to doubt Jupiter's love for her. She's always there for him, but he can never seem to give the same. Been there. So, to get her to stop whining, Jupiter promises to get Semele whatever she wants. Whatever her wish is, he will grant it. But just for good measure, Semele makes him pinky promise. He cannot break this promise. He promises, and Semele says, I want you to show yourself as a god. Who said that? Who said that? Oh my, Semele said it. She said that. And Jupiter's like, whoa! Jupiter freaks out. If he does this, it could kill Semele. We'll get into that later. He tries to explain this to her, but she's not listening. She's like, you promised me, so you have to do it. And with that, a grief-stricken Jupiter leaves the villa.
She must a victim fall.
In Semele's last public appearance, she sees Jupiter for who he really is. A god who can shoot thunderbolts and lightning and stuff. Unfortunately, one of Jupiter's lightning bolts strikes Semele, and she dies.
She was so young.
Anyway, now that Semele is officially out of the way, Ino can marry Athamas, Juno can get her husband back, and they all live happily ever after. Except for Semele because she's dead, and except for Juno because her husband is still a cheater, and except for Ino because her sister's dead, but that doesn't really seem to matter to her since she has Athamas in the end, so I think she's good. But other than that, they all live happily ever after. Well, that wraps up the harrowing story of Semele and Jupiter. I hope you laughed, cried, smiled, and learned something, whatever the lesson is. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe if you please, no pressure. And tell us what opera we should do next. What is on your mind? What do you really want to know about the next opera? We are all ears. I'm Anne Marie for Adagers, and we will see you next time. Bye!